Yeah. So yesterday I was talking to a friend from France, and we were just talking about what had happened. And he's a Christian by upbringing, and but he's a very philosophical person. And he said what came up for him was that the one of the most harmful ideas for humankind is this notion of victimhood. And we talk about humor in the face of such a tragedy. And he said, all I want to do is, tell everybody when you see somebody who is wallowing in victimhood, give them a slap. And he said that in a very humorous sort of way. I was like, well, I don't know if you could actually do that, but his point was well taken. That connects to Swamiji's earlier comment that victimhood makes us see a distinction between us and those who are making us victims, and forget the ultimate truth, which is the only person who can make ourselves victims is we ourselves. And if we don't make ourselves victims, then we can participate in a different reality. We can see a greater wholeness, and that gave me some kind of inspiration. So that's something that came up from what's happening and what Swamiji mentioned. Thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you, Samik. Swamiji, any further reflections from you at this point? I don't know if you remember the questions that people asked, but we could always circle back as well.
No, yes, I heard all the questions, comments, and ideas, and it's wonderful to hear everyone's reaction. And so many of the reactions are so heartfelt and so reflect, a deeper reality. It's wonderful to hear. My comment would be that we can speculate about many different situations, many different outcomes, many different reasons for why the world is the way it is. In the Hindu perspective, all these things are accepted. In other words, that the world is the way it is. All of the tragedy and all of the glory, all of these things are accepted, and they are personified as divine, not just concepts, but divine personalities are raised in order to show, or rather to embody the different reactions or the different processes that we find in this world. There are divinities or divine principles which are very benign and very holistic, and there are also divine principles that are very destructive. So the question is, how do you put all this together? The fact that this is a world of destruction and a world of joy and a world of love and joy, and a world of destruction and hatred. So how do you put these things together? And the answer that is usually given is, it's not an answer, it's homework. What we are given is an obligation to discover that which is beyond the superficial joys and sorrows, something that is much more fundamental. In other words, we're bidden to look or to try to find that ground from which all of this comes. And this is usually done by this is the principle of the yogas, different yogas, by different means, by work or by meditation or by worship or by philosophy, by one or more or all of these. We are to discover that element which is the reality that underlies all the variety on the surface. In other words, our obligation is our spiritual practice, our religious practice. Is supposed to do this, to find this, to perceive that everything is really a manifestation of water, that water is the reality, and that whether the waves are gentle or terrific on the surface, we will be, no doubt, we will be tossed around, we will be, there'll be suffering because of the terrific aspect, and there'll be joy because of the benign aspect. But the point is, these are all aspects. So this is not, you don't find the answer by looking at the joyful or looking at the terrible. You find the answer by looking at that which manifests as both of these. And in other words, you're in the analogy of water and the ocean, you're asked to discover the essence of all these things, to discover the water. And when one discovers the water, then great peace follows, because then you realize that both the joyful and the sorrowful are really, in essence, they're really, you find the essence of them, which is really water. And that essence that manifests as joy and sorrow, that is what religions call God, or the Buddha nature, or Atman, or Brahman. And so when one sees the whole ocean, then though one may suffer because of the violence of the waves, or one may just enjoy surfing on a relatively calm sea, in each case the attention will be on the ocean, and that will bring great peace.